Good evening, everybody. DJobs right here, baddest manager, and this is the baddest domain perspective, verbal vertigo, a session that I always bring to you weekly. The reason why we couldn't do it last Sunday is because of the demise of our colleague. Bring them on, okay. Baddest manager. Ablai Jobate, thank you very much. Eid Mubarak, my younger brother. Thank you, little bro. I hope you are hearing me, Ablai. I hope you are hearing me loud and clear from Brikama. Yes. We couldn't do it last Sunday because of the demise of our colleague. May her soul rest in peace. And in fact, today our first point would be a literal ballad to her. In fact, a ballad is sort of a toast, a craft, a song that an artist would dedicate to a fallen soldier. But then the person that has also fallen, obviously, in her capacity, I would frame her to be the greatest soldier, right, in her entire life. So she was a fallen soldier because of her capacity as a very, very supportive individual. F. Samba was a great colleague, and you've seen the different spews and opinions of people regarding her. Those that have passed through her hands, her utmost sacrifice and commitment in making sure that Gam Talents TV is brought to a level, and that is the level that we are all seeing today. She started everything over decades ago, and we can attest to that. Ever since I came to know her, she has been, in the forefront, right? In the media fraternity, even in the art sector. And then she was one person that made me believe that we can over-collaborate, right? Include presenters and disc jockeys in our business, right? As music businessmen, to support and empower our artists. So that's something that I would never forget. And she has also created all the platforms, right, for Gambian thespians at Gam Talents TV. But for the fact that she has also stood firm to support her husband in making sure that this structure is well established in the Gambia, made her the greatest feminist that I've ever known. Because that is the whole essence. Your capacity as a woman, right, who is industrious and visionary, right? She wasn't an extravagant woman or spouse to her husband. She was very, very supportive. Again, we have seen several spews and tosses, right? But the ballad here is, perhaps we should look into Fat Samba in a formidable luminary capacity as a teacher, who most of the young reporters or presenters in the media fraternity had, gone through her guidance, right, and her lectures. So basically, that's something that we have seen. Somebody who has made an entire generation to be productive, right? Yeah? And then we were able to get these revelations from people that have worked with him or that has passed through, her divine guidance. So that was great because here a person would maintain his or her legendary icon capacity if he or she has groomed and empowered a lot of young people, so that if you are not in position, right, they will be able to take up from where you've stopped, or they'll be able to be so much productive in society, even if they are not working with you. Now today, she has left all these young presenters who at some point, right, had her guidance, her blessings, right, to be so much productive individuals in the Gambia. So that states that such people cannot be easily forgotten. And the reason why people always say that they don't kill the names of great people is because what they left behind, right? That is the fact of the matter. Now, she has left behind people, right, that she was opportunity to train and nurture, right? Because she has all the opportunities, she has all the structures in place, but then it wasn't only limited to her and her husband. It was also a sort of a composition of young people that she has groomed, right? And made them to be so much impactful in society. So that's something that we must beautify. And again, I must convey my sincerest condolences to Pa Usman Juf, who is a very good friend, and we have a very good rapport. I remember in ST's Asitale album launch event, we entered together in Q City, myself, the late Fat Samba, and Pa Usman. So she was a very good friend of mine, somebody who was very supportive, a confidant, and then a great mentor who would never feel hesitant to guide humanity and mankind. So it's definitely a great loss for not only the media fraternity, but even the art sector, the Gambia in general. But again, like I told VM International TV, when we were there to gauge emotions, how people felt, I said, the learning point here is the kind of person that Fasamba was. Are we seeing other media presenters to be like to be her, right, or to be doing exactly what she was doing? That is the way she was using her platform to unite people, to empower thespians, right, for positivity. But what we are seeing today is platform owners who are so much into gruesome violence, who are so much into bullying people, who are so much into discrepancies, right? The learning point would be, I think if we are going to urge presenters, right, and journalists, we would urge them to be like the late Fat Samba, right? Because she wasn't doing any of those. She wasn't bullying people. She wasn't creating any discrepancy between artists. She wasn't using her platforms, right, to disintegrate families. So we will continue hugging her in our prayers, and then we will never stop her praises on our lips because of what she meant to us when she was living. So we will proceed to our next point on today's baddest domain perspective, which is cross-border rapports. I remember I brought up this point, you know, when we were discussing about ST's performance, and then I gave my analysis, you know, that was Sunday before last, and we talked about the importance of cross-border rapport. Again, we had seen one of us, right, being engaged by a Senegalese thespian, you know, which served as, a greater achievement, right, for the entire sector, particularly the artist managers of the Gambia. In the capacity of Wally, my very good younger brother, who at one time, we've all rejoiced with him when he made a declaration, in fact, together with Maya Gisse, that he has been contracted as the Gambia manager of Maya Gisse, the foreign manager of Maya Gisse, the Gambia version. We've seen revelations, and of course the info video that was making rounds on social media, something that we all beautify. Today, we have seen the potential nature of Ali Wali, right? Cross-border rapport, still, by extension, going to work, you know, with his Senegalese thespian, right, in one of her colorful Tobaski tours. Ali landed in Senegal. We've seen how he left the Gambia, right? I think by Air Senegal. Great patronage, honestly, great patronage. You know, Maya had to overconsider, you know, her manager, right, Ali Wali, to be part of one of the most important tours that she'll be doing this Tobaski, which has in fact started. The reason why I brought up this topic, right, is to dissect, right, because anything that happens, right, in this sector, there would be so many learning points, right, to that success or to that problem. Now this one is definitely This one says, oh, you are in Bangladesh. Mohammed Afran, thank you very much. Greetings. Greetings from the Gambia. Thank you very much. I'm glad that those in Bangladesh and India are all here, right, to be part of the baddest domain perspective. So this is the point. This is a great success, a great breakthrough, something that the Managers Association of the Gambia, right, would toast and talk about. We are very, very happy, and we've been rejoicing with Ali Wally. His win is like everybody's win, right? So, under the symphonic umbrella of the Managers of the Gambia, I would say this is the greatest thing ever to have been done by a Senegalese artist. Maya Guissé is the first Senegalese artist to include a Gambian artist manager or music business consultant in her team. Nice. Aji Awabaro said, my Salibo. Aji Awa, you are the ones that should Salibo for the baddest domain perspective to be stronger and to be coming. It cannot be Mayor Tosis there. It's not easy to do these things, to put all these things into context and to spew it in verbatim. It's not easy. So please, I can share my PA's wave number with all of you here for you to drop it right there. Yeah. So that's how it is. We've seen Maya Guissé, right? I mean, it's sort of a double breakthrough though, from the side of Ali Wally. Yes, it's definitely a greater breakthrough. From the side of Maya, yes, he is the first Senegalese thespian to include, a Gambian music business consultant or manager in her team. Not only that, what have we also seen? We've seen Mia, right, including Ali in her foreign tour. Ali resides in the Gambia, but then they procured a ticket for him, an air ticket for him to be in Senegal. Can you imagine? There again, a learning point. Now, if this is so, if Ali could leave the Gambia, right, to be with his team in Senegal to tour around and about, how about the Gambian thespians, right? How have they been dealing with their team regarding their foreign talks? Yeah, right? How have they been dealing with their team? Now, have we seen them including their team members in their foreign trips, right? Yes or no, right? Have they been treating their team members fairly, right, as per their remuneration, as per their allowances, right, as per greater opportunities, yeah, as per whatever motivator factor or ways and means of maintaining them? Have you been seeing all these things all together? Because this is supposed to be a job. Now, the Senegalese understand very well, for any artist to do it great, you need a team. They call it equipe. Yes, they don't joke with it, because they very much know, like I will always say, teamwork makes the dream work. Facts. This is why Ali Wally cannot stay here. Of course, he has to be involved in whatever Maya Guissé is doing and her entire team, so to speak. So he must be part of the tour, and that is why he is part of the tour. Now here, like I said, the corresponding talking point or learning point is the Gambia, the Gambia level, right? Right? How have we been doing music business, right? The ways our artists are operating. The mode of operandi in our sector. How do Gambian thespians see, right, their team, particularly their managers? It's important. So if Ali is able to make it, right, in this team, it is telling you how Senegalese are so much passionate about teamwork, right? Particularly those that handle their business, because it is the managers that handle businesses of the artists. So Gambian artists should emulate the likes of Maya Guissé, right, by making sure that they are operating, right, by virtue of a team-driven reality. It's very important. If you have the good intention, it will be, right? We've seen ST, countless times going with his DJ, right? This time around, he is taking 2 young thespians along to Germany. right? We are looking forward to seeing him going with his entire team. Nice, but it's a good try. It's a good try that he is doing. So this is the reality. And for us here, we can be on this platform. We tell you the truth, right? You know, it will not disturb anything, because if we want the industry to grow, these are the platforms that we need so that we can talk to Gambian artists, we can talk to music enthusiasts, yeah, we can talk to relevant authorities, yeah, regarding the way forward. The way forward is Gambian thespians should be so much passionate, right, about their team, and they should respect a team-driven reality, yeah, in the work. Is very, very important. There was a system that we all fought out. And then what was the system? The system was Gambian promoters in foreign, they were not taking Gambian artists to the diaspora. Do you know that 15 years ago, right, it wasn't like this? I mean, this are a movement of Gambian artists to the diaspora. It started now. Bro, this is something that we fought 15 years ago. Until today, promoters are taking our thespians to perform in the diaspora. Now, we have changed what? A system that used to be what? Gambian promoters taking Senegalese artists to the diaspora, right? Yeah, to Europe and America. That's what we've been seeing. And then we complain about it. We fought hard for us to have the level that we have today. That is the level of what SD going, Nyancho going, Jizzle going, all the thespians going. Yeah, we fought for this system. Now, the only system that we are not succeed in doing or in placing is the establishment of a team-driven reality that will also enable artist managers to travel with their artists in their foreign event. Just like how Maya Gise, despite Ali Wally is our manager, the Gambia version, they had involved him in her tour, so to speak. Even allocated a special vehicle for him in Senegal. He is having a presidential dinner. I wish you had just seen even the breakfast that they had placed for Ali Wally. The royal welcome. That receptiveness is of gross dynamics. Now he is dining and whining, you know, like, you know, kings. Yeah. Hamsi Pocho Balde said, very important. Yeah, that's it. That's a fact. That's the fact. So that system is what the Gambia artists, the Gambia Association of Artists, Managers and Promoters should be talking about and be fighting for, so that the rights of managers can be protected, so that that team-driven reality in any artist business or operations would be considered, and managers will also be, you know, having higher wages and be also benefiting, because these are opportunities. I mean, if we are here and you want to go with me to Basse and Casamance, there is no way that you cannot go with me to Europe and America. That is the fact of the matter. For real, Starboy Njai, thank you very much. So that system, the Gambia Association of Artist Promoters, right? And the Gambia Association of Artist Managers, you should definitely form a federation, right? Let this be a collaborative force for you to be there for the Gambian Artist Managers and Promoters. Their interest is very important. The industry cannot continue to be what? An industry for a group of people. Yeah, a group of people. That is the thespian group, the artist group, are the only ones benefiting more. Brothers and sisters, the truth is bitter, but it must be told. It cannot be kept secret. It doesn't debar us from working with them. It doesn't stop us from being in call terms with them. It doesn't despise them or defile them, you know, to be outside our ambassador circle. No, this is the baddest domain perspective, an expertise platform for realities on the ground to be spewed for public consumption, so to speak. Yeah. You conquered, Ramsey. Thank you very much. Thank you for accepting the reality. That is it. Look at it. Look at all the respect Ali Wally has been given, all the regard. Look at, in fact, the treatment. Far different from the Gambia. If he has been taken to Basse, the reception would not have been like that. Even if a Gambian probably has taken him to somewhere else, he would not have gotten these receptions that he got. Right? Yeah. Unlike Nene Bojang in Norway, she's the only person that would give you, you know, a reception, you know, a Barack Obama reception. She would, in fact, make sure that you recite. And she did it for Mandy Mori. You know, at one time, Mandy Mori stays in, you know, a hotel. You know, Barack Obama would stay in. Can you imagine? So Nene would do that. We'll get to that. You get to Nene's point. But this is it there. It's high time for the Gambia Association of Artist Managers and Promoters to look into the interests of promoters in the Gambia and managers in the Gambia, as per their job relationship with Gambian artists. Bro, you should all benefit. This should be a development for everybody, not for a group of people. You remember very well, this topic was discussed here. I brought this last summer, right? It's the same thing that I'm spewing, right? I am not talking here in my capacity as DJobs, but I'm considering the interests of all other artists, managers, and promoters in the Gambia. If Senegalese can do it, we can do it. Let it be an equipe, like they will call it. It has to be a team. Yeah, if you are going, if you have any royal patronage from anywhere, right? You have any greater opportunity from anywhere, you have any million from anywhere, make sure your team also, right? See a befitting situation. They should reflect on anything that you are getting as an artist. They should reflect there very well. But it cannot be one artist who would amass all the crowd at QCity or anywhere, get all the millions, only for him to be driving different cars and be changing cars when your manager or designated promoter is by roads waving to board a commercial vehicle. So you think that is good order? That is not good order. It cannot be you all the time to be buying vehicles. It cannot be you all the time to be in the good life whilst your team members are struggling to survive. They are all in abject poverty. If you look at all these managers in this country and promoters, look at their lifestyles and their living conditions. Bro, you'll be sorry. And I've been so much honest by putting it to some Samaritans in the diaspora that you'll be very surprised that the life that you think we are living, we are not living it. So it's like somebody putting in all efforts to empower one thespian or multiple thespians only for them to be the ones enjoying, whilst the rest of us continue to be in abject poverty. It will not happen. So this is the right time. Unionism calls for collective responsibility. The duty of these associations now should be to safeguard the rights of artists, managers, and promoters in the Gambia. Right? So congrats to Ali Wally. Yes, you definitely deserve it. Well deserved. And I'm glad that this, like I said, a major lesson that we've all seen, how Senegalese would perceive their great men, particularly those that are behind them as artists, right? Unlike the Gambia. Sure. So that is it, Ali. All the best. Like I put it on write-up, right? You are one person that I am proud of. It's not fair and balanced. Thank you very much, Sampler, Tapman. This topic will be, even next Sunday, I'll bring this topic, inshallah Rabbi. Thank you very much, Sampler, for being honest. It's the fact, there is no artist that can make it alone without a team. There is no artist in this country that has achieved greatness without a team. There is, or there must be, a particular manager that has sacrificed so much for you to get to the level where you are. Go up, boy, look around, turn around. Yeah, some artists are doing well. Some Gambian artists are doing very well, to be honest. Yeah, I am a living witness. But for so many of them, they are not doing well for their teammate members. Nothing would look greater and nicer for a particular artist to buy, you know, a classic ride for his or her manager after a particular event where he or she has amassed a lot of millions. Nothing will be greater than that. In 2013, Wally Seika did. In fact, that was the first impression Wally Seika gave to the masses by making sure that every percussionist in his team has a compound and a vehicle. Wally Seika did that. That was the first impression that he gave to the public. His first major show. He made sure that a compound, compounds are procured, right, for Randan. Yeah. Make your findings. And he gave them, all of them. He bought cars for all of them. So, you think these people that are writing proposals for companies to sponsor you, right? Do you know what it takes for them to compile all the words, all the catchy words, and, you know, words of encouragement for businesses to come to your support? Do you know what it takes? Do you know what it takes for them to get whatever bachelor's degree, master's, or PhD just to handle your business? It takes a lot, brothers and sisters. It takes a lot. So that knowledge should be valued. It should be respected. Facts. Anyone that is not telling you this is not telling you the truth. Honestly. So like I said, some of them are doing great. Yeah. You know. Yeah, facts. And I wouldn't indicate the name of the artist that bought me you know, 14 Pro Max. Anyway, he told me, no, we are not in any job relationship anyway, but then he had to do that, right? But then that shows how passionate, right? How conscious he is regarding team reality, right? And that is why he set the greatest example in this country by making sure that, you know, he includes his DJ, you know, in his first trip. Facts. So here we stated the way it is. We need to change. We need to change. If we want this industry to be there, to grow, we have to be there for everybody. It cannot be an industry for Gambian artists only, right? Those that are behind them, right, also have families to feed. They are breadwinners in their family. They should not be seen struggling. So let it be fair. Sure. Sampler, thank you very much for being here. Lamin Bojanjai, Nkoto the boat, thank you so much. Salute to you. Yes, so let's move on. Our next point is Moles as the most powerful emerging Gambian artists. I mean, here I will, by extension, mention Acidic. You know, I mean, the emerging artists in the Gambia, Acidic, Moles, Not Easy Sunjata, right? Mike C, Antu has now, you know, climbed up the ladder. You know, he became an A-class artist though. You know, so he cannot be framed as an uprising star. But then these emerging stars, I like the way they are doing things. Acidic, in terms of melodic hip, there is no thespian that can stand on his way. The guy is doing great. And I intend to bring this next week. He has a collabo with Not Easy Sunjata. I will bring it. Dabukama, I mean, the teaser is out. I will, in fact, upload the teaser next Sunday to talk about Acidic in his capacity as a formidable luminary, somebody who understands harmonies and melodies, right? Chord progression, the melodic dynamics, and importance in music composition. I will bring that. Moles is taking a very impressive way, and I know he definitely has good guidance, and he's listening to people that are behind him. Yes, we've seen the moves of Moles, right? To get whatever Vigo in the market. His show is scheduled for November 1st. Look at him, right? He has started his fan base meetings in different areas in the Gambia, right? And one thing that is for key, an artist, your number one stronghold should be the composition or the euphoria of the music enthusiasts. Now, something that Moles understood very well, and this is why he started his program, his promotions, right? I would say almost a year. When he started his moves, well, it's like a year to his event, right? We are seeing continuous spirit, right? The power force in Mole's team, right? As evident in the different meetings that they are organizing, or they have been organizing in different parts of the Gambia, right? And this is how they are going, right? The next minute, it would be in Sateba. I mean, it should be like that, because Moles is a national asset. So his event cannot be only limited to the attendance of Nema Kunku or a particular town in downtown. No, it has to be an attendance, a national attendance, right? An attendance registered by the entire Gambia. That's exactly what Moles is all about, and that is what he's up to. Now, we've seen each and every fan club meeting that was staged. I know there are more to be staged. They would put on different T-shirts indicating, right, the event symbolism, right? The event title, the Focus album launch event, the venue and everything, right? How they had in fact branded the entire event is something that is impressive. Great one, right? And I know there are very conscious Samaritans, you know, behind him, you know, trying to guide him and everything. One of them, of course, my godmother, our utmost boss, the greatest traveler in history, Nene Bojan Sankaranko, the founder of IAC Norway and the Nene Foundation, the chair lady and co-founder of the He4C music movement. Great lady with substance, quality. That's how it should be. You know, we need Samaritans and investors, right? Guardians, mother figures that would guide us, because they have wealth of experience, proper education to guide. It should be our responsibility to guide and protect Gambian thespians, particularly the young ones that are coming up, because the thing is, The older ones, there are some mistakes that they had made, right? In coming to the level that they are. I mean, they've all made their whatever terrible mistakes previously. So if you don't want the kids to follow that trend, you guide them. Because today, I will not allow molds to be led astray. No, I will not allow him to be right in any cohort of disintegration, or to be in any cult that is aimed at, spoiling his career. So our responsibility should be to say, look, this is where you have to step in there, right? Please step up here. This is where you definitely have to go. I mean, this is the track lane, right? Don't go this way. Be right here. If you want to be successful, if you want to become more than Econ, this is exactly what you need to do. I mean, if you want to become, ST, this is how it is. This is what he did. I mean, the track records, make recollections of what ST had gone through and all other test pairs until they got to this level. So the guidance should be based on that. Now, today, in our capacity as artist managers, basically, we will give our consultancy service to molds and all other young test pairs that are coming, so that we can guide them, because these are income streams for experts, right? Any manager would want to get something from whatever your artist is getting. So basically, if you program, right, if you position an artist for him or her, right, to become your greatest means of income, right, you should make sure that the guidance is in a certain way, so that he or she will not be austere. Because if you are able to do that, then the person would be a reliable source of income for you. Now, Molds is an entity, right? I see him, an entity that all of us should protect by making sure that he has career guidance and counseling, proper one. And this is why he's making a move that is very impressive. We've also seen even the songs that he has dropped. The guy is a star. And then, do you know that his fan base or fan euphoria is the most potential and active fan euphoria? Because we are talking about the younger generation, right? Very, 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 very proactive music enthusiasts. These are the caliber of fans that support molds. Majority are young ladies or young girls. So this is how it is. Shouts to Abdullahi, his manager. He's also a young manager doing great by molds, and all other Samaritans and experts behind him, right? In making sure that he is well guided. So we are saying, molds, keep it right there. You have my support, right? As your elder, right? As I would also put it, junior, right? So that is the elder-junior relationship. I'll make sure that we are so much involved in your launch event. I mean, your PAVE is the right PAVE right there in terms of promotion, because pre-event activity is very important. You cannot wait until your event is just 1 month to go or 2. You want to make it an intensive promo online. It will not work. You have to start it now. So we've seen the pre-event activity, the pre-event promo aspect of molds. It is telling you that he has a very, 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 very solid promo team, right? Or an entire project team, because it should be that, right? So for the fact that he's not ignoring, or he has not been ignoring anybody regarding his album project, it will definitely make him to get what he wants, inshallah. Delois and Walls, thank you very much. Good day to you. Thank you. How is the United States of America? I'm glad that you are with us right here. Others will catch up. It's Tobaski euphoria. You know how it is. Some are in the hinterland. They cannot access the internet properly. Especially the Davos that had gone to the hinterland to spend the Tobaski there. And the, our useless boys and girls from Brewfoot anyway. Don't mind me, I'm a Brickamarian, so we have this jovial ties with Brewfoot, and as a Jobate also, we disturb the Davos, the contest, and the sing-artists. So let's move on. Nene Bojang, in her formidable luminary capacity as a giant, Nene Bojang, the greatest feminist in the world, somebody that every president would like to work with. Fine TV Gambia, thank you very much for being here. Yes, I'm right here. Boot is saying hi, the baddest manager. Baddest of all time, mashallah, thank you very much. Bubbling Bubbling Dabo, my friend, go away. The Dabos are not important, Thank you, Bubbling, for being here. Nice, good vibe. So Nene Bojang has been the brain behind IAC Nobi, a great organization that envision gender justice and women empowerment. The Nene Foundation is a great foundation that is established by her to support gender, young boys and young girls. And like I told you the last time on the Barriers Perspective, the foundation today is looking into the affairs of more than 1,000 young people in the Gambia, those who cannot afford school fees. Nene has made sure that they got proper education. Boys and girls, right? Those who have talents, right? To sing, to create whatever. See what the foundation has support, right? Or would support you to be what you want to be, right? She has been standing firm for more than a decade, right? To that effect. Mandy Mori, for most of you who have been following him from 2012 down the line to 2016 or 2017, up to this moment, you would have realized that at one time, Nene Bojang was his manager, and then Mamus Media was very supportive. The tour that he had in UK, and all other countries in Europe. Obviously, Nene has been behind. Nene, a lady that knows Terang, guys. I told you here that if you want to get best reception in Norway, it has to be Nene. Trust me. So we have also seen the going of Nyancho to Norway 2 times to be part of the Eras Festival that comes annually. Yes, all around gender business and gender activism. We've seen Jizzle at one time, had gone there, all the same thing, all under the symphonic umbrella of IAC Norway. We've seen Molds also, right? So that is how it is. You've also seen Jali Suso, the winner of this year's Gender Cup. How he has been so much instrumental in the transitional justice, calls and whatever works that he had with Fantanka. So basically, that made him to win the Gender Cup. So you will be seeing a lot of these thespians going to Norway for the Eras event, but you will also be seeing the He4C music movement taking over in terms of the fight against sexual and gender-based violence. So basically, Nene is the chair lady and co-founder of the He4C music movement, whilst I have my capacity as the CEO and the co-founder. So it is something that she has to discuss with me and make sure that it happens for humanity. And then ST said it, anything that is about women empowerment, it should not be seen as a question of charity, but the utmost responsibility of all and sundry. And this is why I came all out. ST came, Nyancho came, Barahama came, Moles came, One Park Makabele came, Mata Jobate came, Ismaila came, AK came, and all other thespians to empower me when I call upon them on the 25th of April this year. They all came. Sedikan restaurant. We had a massive launch event. Good one. So, I think by virtue of humanity, because the science of humanity has taught one more major thing, and then that major thing has also in correspondence unite us to be people, from a common bond or related by a common bond. That is to say, anything that is about empowering humanity, particularly women, there is nobody who should also create a platform somewhere, right, to destroy it or to go against it. Now, if you cannot be part of the composition that stands firm, right, to be there for gender justice, do not create any other platform that will defile it. But then that's also the case. In any circle of humanity, there must be agent implants of instability. There must be people with wisdom, right, who would do the right thing. But then the agent implants of instability, like we will frame them in Mandinka, Faraba Kunduketas would always want to bring negative or create negative euphoria that will go against you for no reason. But then what is important here is if you as a human being have a vision that is God-liking and glorifying, right, make it so formidable that no force elsewhere will disintegrate it. That is why these artists that I've mentioned and so many others had come out to make their toasts and pledges, which we are going to also capture as a catalog evidence regarding their readiness to be he-for-she activists and to push this. Now, this is the project that I'm heading, and it is a project that I'm so much about, or all about, you know, because I want to make sure that within these 5 years, we are able to catch up and definitely impact a great change. I told you here last time that in the fight against sexual and gender-based violence, in its all forms, right, the Gambia is more than 100 years back. So for us to catch up, right, we need to state fact and then push it harder for us to be there. Thank you very much, she says, Supreme Leader, my utmost boss lady, Honorable Nene Bojan Sankaranko. Thank you very much for being here. Yes. A visionary Samaritan, the chair lady and co-founder of the he-for-she music movement, the greatest traveler on earth, the most protective feminist on earth, somebody who made me understood, in fact, what feminism is all about. All these topics will come, and then be informed that he-for-she will be a staple and stable topic on the baddest domain perspective. Other topics will come here, but we must mention about gender issues. So this project, anticipate the event that is coming next year, 26th of April, inshallah Rabbi, which is going to be the he-for-she Red Carpet Award Night, where we will complement the efforts of those thespians that have done a lot over the years around gender matters. And they've made all pronouncements regarding issues that affects women. And there is nothing like, okay, this particular issue affects them, but then we want to be nice around them. No, we are considering sexual and gender-based violence in all aspects and all forms of practices that are harmful to the growth of women or the welfare of women. I mean, the rights of women should not be violated. And that is why rebelliously we are not leaving any forms of violence meted on women, you know, particularly FGM. But again, our female thespians in the sector, like they would say, because this is formed in the art sector, right, to enable great feminists like Nene Bojang and all others, right, achieve their objectives, their goals quickly, right? You know, it has to be formulated in the sector to use the sector's most powerful influencers to champion it. Now, that brought my capacity, you know, as a supreme leader that was able to bring all these thespians for us to work together in this. And then, yes, we all became ambassadors of this project. And then that is how we are better called, right? As I'm seeing my boss lady still on spews stating Ambassador Dembo Jabate. Thank you very much, my boss lady. We are proud of you. Jali Suso, you know, would always tell me that DJobs, I cannot in my entire life stop praising this lady. She will always have her praises on my lips. So I said, so to speak, Jali Suso, so be it. Because this lady is someone that has been mentioned by American presidents and other presidents in the world. Yeah. In fact, if I would advise any president of the Gambia, I would advise you to have the likes of Nene Bojang as our reps in a foreign land, able ambassadors. Thank you very much, Bojang Sankaranko. Muso kung be farin ko American dollar. Nimbara. I saw Daniel here, my classmate at Nusad. It's been a while, Daniel. Thank you very much. Since 2003. We've all become old past now, the Daniel. That's right. Yes, so we move on to our next point, which is Jizzle's album launch event. And this will be our last point on today's baddest domain perspective, the verbal vertigo. Now, before going to Jizzle's album event proper, I would like to beautify this and state my congratulations, in verbatim, because I stated it, I shared the post estimate, and Jizzle himself, and also, yes, did a little write-up, about it. It's something that we've all been trying for 1 year, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and then I'm glad that Jizzle and ST have been cool even before they saw their commitment to the public, right? Great revelation, but again, a learning point, right? To who or to which group? The fans. Yeah, the music enthusiasts of the Gambia. There were times when I have been lampooned on social media. I took all kind of spews on write-ups and even on verbatim, voice notes coming, bullying everywhere, here and there. Yeah. All because this particular person is in team ST, or this particular person is in team Jizzle. So we are not in the same team. Hence, DJobs is all about this particular artist who is not in good vibe with my artist. Let me serve as Alexandra Malquin online to be throwing shades and tantrums on him. We've seen it. We've taken all sorts of shots in the name of what? Take it slight, take it easy. Artists are artists, right? I mean, in the market, they are all doing their things. So if you want to take a bold mantle, right, for your artists to an extent of, bullying everybody, right? To an extent of going against people unnecessarily, whether they do it right or wrong, today, you would be in utmost shock, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah, some fans are shocked and shamed. Yeah, because at the end of the day, look, artists would always be artists. Trust me, this market, right, is run by virtue of tricks, right, and smartness. So there is no way that fans should be all out, right? Going extra mile. I mean, we've registered police cases here. So many things, so many awkward, things by fans, all in the name of supporting a particular artist. I've said it here. Let's see Gambia. Let's support what is Gambia. Let's support all the artists. I've said it over and over, but then fans wouldn't listen. You write a very catchy write-up about this particular artist, this other team will come, pop, jump on you. That is what we've been seeing. Alhamdulillah, that these artists came to terms. I am very, very happy. Likewise, any other music business consultant, manager, or expert in this sector, because this is what we want to see. So that tomorrow, if we are having any contract with ST, this other team would not feel bad. Or if we should have any deal with Jizzle, ST wouldn't feel bad. Unity is the only antidote. It is the only strength, and that is what we've seen. But again, fans, you have to be very, very careful, right? And debar any cohort or platforms that are aimed at bullying people unnecessarily. Preach peace and spread love between Gambian artists. And I think it should be the duties of Gambian thespians to address their fans, to stop them from doing certain things. I think this is a major lesson. The person that you insulted for a particular artist issue today is in good terms with that particular artist. And, by virtue of humanity and nature, it's very, very normal for us to have problems yesterday and today may come to terms. It's very normal. So people should not, in fact, be negative around that. Yes, yesterday we couldn't have any vibe. Yeah, yesterday we were not in good terms because our philosophies differ, our feelings differ, possessions has been the case, and we had grown in a certain way. So that is why there was whatever discrepancy. So if we could have come today to come to terms, settle our discrepancies, is something that is commendable. But again, I would fans, be careful. Be careful. Some of your spews, your ways and means, it's very uncalled for. It's very, very unnecessary. Yeah. So that is it. My advice to artists also is do not condone, right, anybody that is all in for disrespecting people in all aspects. Do not, in fact, allow anybody to be in your team, right, who is all about creating platforms online to be bullying people, right, that are your senior men in the sector, people that could be very potential investors to you. And let me tell you this, some of you artists, there are people, in fact, who could have done greater for you, who could have given you a lot of millions and created opportunities for you. But the reason why they felt hesitant over the years to do so is because there are certain caliber of fans in your teams, right, that are always seen bullying people on social media, insulting people in social media, and they are associated to you. They are associated to you. So if you're an artist, right, who has a fan, right, who would always come out to insult elders in this country, yeah, going after presidents, ministers, permanent secretaries, right, gurus in the sector, cyberbullying, right and left. You have that person in your team, right, claiming to be your fan, and then you are taking that to be a normalcy. It is very unacceptable. I will advise you, if you are an artist that have such a person in your team, a person that goes around and about bullying people, you should make sure you put an end to it. Yeah, if you cannot take the person out of your circle, try to warn or advise him to stop it. It's very important. We had several feedbacks from people, reputable people in this industry, giving us complaints about such individuals, and they are associated to a certain artist. Yeah, so it's your responsibility as that artist to stop that. This guy said he is in my team, he is supporting me, but he's always found bullying other people that are also from other teams. It's not correct. It's very unfair. Everybody have the right to be with any artist in this country. What is important here is, let's see the Gambia and then stop the bullying aspect, stop lampooning one another on social media, stop going